Welcome. So happy to have you all here today. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kelsey. We have Sebastian and Vera and Janice and Harrison and Bridget and Aija and John and Noreen and George. Wow, so many people. Welcome, everyone. Do let me know where you are tuning in from today and if you have ever been to Malta. We are in the silent city of Mdina today, which is the second most popular city in Malta on the islands here. And I have some super beautiful things to show you today, so I'm very excited. We are going to start at the beautiful view because the sun is going down and I want you to see it with the sun on it. And I have some food to show you that before I put it away, I want to show you what it is. So, oh wow, so we have some folks who lived in Malta as a child. That is so neat. And we have people from, let's see, um, oh, let me know where you all are from. Oh, from Cambridge. Okay, from Buckingham. Oh, awesome. Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here. Just a little bit about me, the short version. I am from Chicago originally, and then my husband and I just moved to Valencia in Spain, and we found these great tickets to Malta, and we thought, well, let's have a little belated honeymoon in Malta. We just got married in July, so we're having a little bit of a honeymoon here, and I thought how fun to be able to take all of you with me here too. So this is great. Oh, from Maryland, from Missouri, from York, from Wales. Oh, fabulous. Oh, I love York and I love Wales. Oh, I have to come see you guys. So welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here today. In terms of using the platform, if this is your first, I'm just scooching away from the noisy people. If this is your first tour, welcome. You can see all the comments popping up. As if you ever can't see me or hear me, do let me know in the comments. Hey, we can't see you. Hey, we can't hear you. Hey, there's something happening behind you. Do let me know that also. And then you can also take screenshots or what we call postcards. So you see the little picture thing. You could just click it, and then you can access those after the tour as well. So, welcome. Oh, and then in case you want to know exactly where we are, you can go to the location page and then I'll show you a little map of where everything is. So that's fun too. So now that you've seen me, let me just quickly tell you the story of the amazing cake that I'm about to show you. I was chatting with my host this morning and I said, I'm going to Mdina, and she goes, you have to go to the cake place. I said, what cake place? She goes, the cake place. And I said, okay. So let me not fall off a cliff and show you the cake that I got today, and it looks so good. So it did kind of scooch around in my box a little bit, so we'll just have to deal with the smudgy aspects of it. But this is the chocolate and and caramel cake that apparently this place, it did have a line around the block. It did have a line around the block, so it is very good. And I asked her, I said, what is so special about this? And Fontanella, yes, Lynn. I said, what is so special about this? And my host said she uses white vinegar in the cake. And I said, why use white vinegar? And apparently it makes it light and fluffy. So let's have a taste. Oh, oh, that's very good. It is. It's very light. It's also very chocolatey. It's not too sweet, and it's a little bit crunchy. I think they added some hazelnuts in there too. And oh yes, it's quite delicious. I don't know how many different ways to explain cake, but it is sweet. It is delicious, and I want all of it. And now my husband's on here going, hey, 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 you better save some for me. All right, so we're gonna put that away. I also wanted to show you when I was telling my host about this. She goes, well, you also have to go to Crystal Palace. And I said, what is that? And she goes, they serve some of the best pastizi among other delicious pastries there as well. And I said, okay. Oh yes, Lynn, thank you. So Fontanella's Tea Room is where I got the chocolate cake. So, so delicious. And yes, it must be very famous because there was a line around the block. This again is from Crystal Palace. Of course, I don't work for any of these. I just think they are delicious. So let's have ourselves a bite. Okay, so this is it's a little bit breadier than I was expecting, but they also sell pasticci, which I got some of these too, but this has only ricotta inside, and it's very savory, and it's very smooth. And when I got it, it was very warm. So someone asked if there's, or Neil, oh hi Neil, they asked if there's potato in it. No, it's just ricotta cheese. I'm into it. It's really good. If you are there though, these are the traditional pasticci. Of course, we saw these in the tour the last couple of days, but this is what is left over from the traditional pasticci that I had tried to save for all of you, but I got too excited about it and I had to have some. But my favorite, this is the third chicken pasticci that I have eaten today. Third. And it is absolutely delicious. It's some, oops, my pasticcis are flying away. It has onions and some kind of creamy mushroomy sauce in there, as well as chicken, and it is absolutely yummy. And the best part, you all know I like a bargain. The best part is it was only 60 cents. 60 cents! I know. Fantastic. So, all right, I'm going to put this away, but while I'm putting it away, let me show you the view. Here we have the most beautiful view. I am going to tell you lots more about Malta, but let me just get the cake in my bag. This is this is one of the most beautiful views here on the island, and mainly because you can see almost from coast to coast. Oops. It's from over here, and it goes all the way around. If you follow the walls, you can see the Mediterranean all the way on the other side, which is super cool. I think it's super cool anyway. And the best part is that this view has not changed in almost 500 years. Granted, yes, we have lots more houses now, of course. There's also a round church. Where is it? This is of course, it's like so small. There we go. You can kind of see it right here. This is the rotunda. This is one of the oldest freestanding round domes and one of the highest in history. And I went in there earlier today. It is beautiful. If any of you end up heading over there, it is definitely worth it. I wish I could just do a tour in there, but they were pretty feisty about picture taking, so I couldn't do a surprise tour. I was distracted by following the links for the cakes. Oh, whoever posted that, thank you so much. Yeah, they are super delicious. I think they were €4, and you do have to spend €10 in order to pay with a credit card. And so she goes, "Do you have cash?" I said, "No, but I can order another piece." Who's gonna like say, "Oh, that's okay, never mind." I was like, I will gladly spend another €4 on whatever that is. Oh, so delicious. All right, let me just get my bag on. So we are in Malta and the city of Mdina. Okay, come on, backpack. Let's go. Okay. So Malta is in the Mediterranean. For those of you who have come to all of my tours, I will try and make the recap brief. We are in the Mediterranean, so we got very short and mild winters, long, steamy summers, and Malta is an island in the very middle of the Mediterranean, about 60 miles south of Sicily in Italy, and 176 miles northeast of Tunisia. So we have a lot of Sicilian influence and also a lot of Arabic influence here as well. Did you know the Rotunda Church has a bomb that came through the roof and never exploded during the Mass, and they class it as a miracle? That is insane. Lynn, thank you for that. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. Is that the silent city? Yes, Elaine. So we are in the silent city of Mdina, excuse me. And it is very quiet here. And actually, there are signs that tell us we have to be quiet. And let me show you them. It says, "Please respect the residents," which I think is very cool. And was that in Paula? Mdina started my obsession with door knockers. I think it's famous for them. Yes, so that is one of the other things that I wanted to show you all today. The door knockers here are incredible. Um, there are so many different ones. They are all different shapes, different animals, usually lions or fish or something else exciting. Here are just some of them. We're going to see quite a few more. But, okay, here we go. I did want to start off here with the oldest building in Mdina. And this here was built in 1233. This ground floor was built in 1233. And then the top floor was added in the 1920s. So as you can see, it is quite different than the bottom one. So this represents 700 years of history here. And eventually they did knock down one of the walls and make it a cute little street. So I will show you that street. I did just want to show you though, all of the street signs here are made with ceramic and then hand painted street names, which I think is so cool. I do feel like I have to speak quieter here because it is very quiet in this city. Most of the tourists have since departed, so we are there are just a couple stragglers left, but we are some of the only ones left in the city. Only about 300 people live within the old city walls, so very few people actually reside in the city. But I'll show you some of the coolest houses I've ever seen. So this is the street that they created when they knocked down the back wall here from this old house. Isn't this cool? So Mdina is much older than we might suspect. So it is, I mean, it's not a modern city by any means that, well, I mean, they have all the modern conveniences, but they don't have bars, they don't have um, schools or whatnot. We are right next to a big city, which is called Rabat. And that is where people live, that's where they work, that's where they park their cars. Only cars of people who live here are allowed to bring them in. Let me show you some more door knockers right over here. Isn't that cool? I love these. And then also just some of the architecture here. Isn't that amazing? So Mdina is on the list to become a World Heritage Site. It's sort of on the waiting list, and it will soon be recognized as a World Heritage city within itself, because this is one of the very few cities that has a wall all the way around it. A lot of walled cities have part of it, but part of the wall has been knocked down or crumbled. This one, the wall exists in its entirety. So, as you can see, we are by the St. Paul's Cathedral. This is a metropolitan cathedral of St. Paul. It is from the 17th century. It is considered to be the mother of all churches in Malta. I'm loving the clocks, first of all, and the bells do ring every quarter of the hour, so we are going to hear some bells on our tour. Welcome everyone. For those of you who are just joining, my name is Kelsey and we are in Malta, the old silent city of Mdina. Aren't these beautiful? So Malta's cathedral is Mdina's cathedral is one of the finest in Europe. It was originally built in the late 13th century, and then it was dedicated to St. Paul. But we had a large earthquake here in 1693, and it basically leveled the whole city. I really wish I could go in here, but the inside parts here were then finished in 1720. And okay, so I added some images. Let's see. You will be my first audience to add images. So let's see if it worked. Post. Woohoo! Okay, we've got some images. Okay, so these are pictures that I took inside this cathedral earlier today. And of course, the, being a Mediterranean city, they said, well, it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock, time to close. So we can't go in now, unfortunately. Um, but if any of you can't see the pictures, I'm going to go ahead and post those on my like I don't know, like make a post for it. Or like I would say on my wall, but that's a Facebook thing. So I'll make a post for them after. Oh, I've come up now. Oh, good, good, good. I'm so glad. So again, after this was damaged in 1693, it was rebuilt in 1702 and then finalized in 1720, but they rebuilt most of it in 5 years. They thought, okay, we really need to get this back up. So it was built very quickly, much faster than anyone would have expected. So earlier when I went in here, there's a lady letting everybody out at the exits. And I said, okay, thank you very much. And they close and lock the door behind you, right? And I came out and I saw this building. I thought, what is that? I'm actually gonna flip the camera. So close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is what this building looks like. And I said, what is that beautiful building? And I'm looking around and I'm not seeing any information for it anywhere. I'm looking on Google, nothing. I'm looking on Google Maps, nothing. And then, and so I go back to the door that the woman let me out of. I knock, 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 knock. Of course, nobody knocks on these doors. So she opens it looking very concerned. And I said, hi, what is this building here? And she goes, this building back here, sort of in the courtyard. She goes, that's the Archbishop's, like the offices. And I said, no, 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 this building. And she goes, which one? And I said, this one. And I mean, it is the only building that looks like this here, as you could tell. I'm going to turn it back, so just close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I said, this one, and I'm pointing at it, all gesturing, going, it's so beautiful. She goes, oh, that's an apartment. I said, what now? She goes, yeah, this is an apartment building. People live here. I said, like royalty people? And she goes, no, normal people. It has an address on it. This is building number, let's see, I think it's number 9. And I said, oh no, it's number 3. You can see here. And I said, people live in this building? And she goes, well, actually, no, it's for sale. So, as you all know, I love old buildings that are on sale. So in case anyone would like to buy this building and let me live in it, I would be forever in your debt, especially because it has all of these cool little gargoyles here. They're so cute. And then not to mention the coat of arms and 3 balconies. Can you imagine? You know, I don't know how much it was. She didn't tell me and there's no sign. But oh, can you imagine living in this with a view of this next door? Not too shabby, I have to say. um, but oh, okay, so just a little more about the cathedral. So as you can see, it's all limestone. Oh, oh, do we just get one? There we go. Okay, so oh yes, the sky. Someone said, "I love the sky." Yeah, it has been raining and bright sunshine all day long. So I never know if I should put my coat on and get my umbrella out or get my sunscreen out with my little sun hat. The weather here is a little bit much. It actually reminds me of when I was in Palermo last month because it would just pour rain and then immediately be sunny again. So if any of you have been to Sicily, you'll know what I'm talking about. It just the weather is so incredibly unpredictable. But yes, so the material that this church was made out of is called golden limestone. It is one of the materials that we have here in Malta. And as you can see, all of the buildings are made out of it. So this entire city here has buildings that are made out of this golden limestone, which I think is really neat. Um, let's see. So Malta, the very first people who came here, the island of Malta itself has been inhabited for about 7,000 years. It is quite old, and it was ruled by many, many different people. So the Romans, the Greeks, the Arabs, the Normans, the British, who came as soon as Napoleon showed up in 1798. They literally invited the British in, hence the little phone boxes. So that's what I wanted to show you here. They literally invited the British in. I'm just going to move to the side so this car doesn't hit me. But they said, hey, so the French are pillaging and they are breaking things and they're stealing things. There's actually a book in the Cathedral Museum, which is behind the cathedral here, that has pictures of all of the things that the French soldiers stole that apparently they have not given back yet. So who knows if that is true or not. But yes, the British came and they knocked the French out in about 2 years, and then they ruled here for another almost 200 years up until 1964, when when uh, when Malta said, "Okay, we've got it from here. Thanks so much." And in 1974, Malta became its own republic. I'm just going to wait for this little family to scooch ahead of me. But what we are looking at here, this is the municipal palace. This was it was built in 1728, and oh, the door knockers on this are just fantastic. But actually, now that I'm showing you door knockers, here are some more. I just wanted to show you these before we pass them. So very cool. Okay, so the municipal palace. You can see it has these really large columns here, and there are like embellished windows and the beautiful decorations right around the door. But this housed the Università, which is not a university. It is the city's administrative council. It doesn't house them anymore. It is now part of the National Archives. But this is the building that the National Assembly, look at these door knockers, I love these. It's the building that the National Assembly, which was, it was set up by the Maltese government during the sort of the insurrection and the blockade against the French army. They met in this building, and that is partly how they decided, okay, we got to go get the British in here. Somebody's got to help us. But now, of course, this is just part of the National Archives. Oh, I do want to show you a really great view. There we go. Look at these. Here are some of the more embellished balconies. They don't quite look like Galleria, which are actually, we have some right next door. Here is one example of the Galleria, which if you've come to the tours that we've had in Valletta, Galleria are basically balconies that have North African influence on them. So they're covered and they have windows. And when families were expanding, they would oftentimes darken the windows and make these balconies their toilet room. So that gives you an idea. Now, of course, they are just beautiful balconies. But this is one of the main views of Mdina that you will see. So I thought I would share it with all of you. Very beautiful. Okay, we are now going to head to the Church of Santa Agatha. Okay, there we go. Here you can see another one of the street signs built out of the ceramic and then painted by hand, which I think is so neat. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, Kate. Greatly appreciated. Oh, look at this. Oh, how cute is this little street? Oh, I keep getting distracted. Oh, fantastic. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, Eva. Okay, let's scooch a little this way. So in the year 50 AD, or 50, year 50, the Saint Paul was on his boat, headed to go chat with Caesar, heading to Rome, and his ship crashed. Thank you so much, Pam, for your tips. His ship crashed, and guess where the shipwreck happened? That's right, here in Malta. So, St. Paul is the patron saint of Malta itself, but this is the the Church of Santa Agatha. This was constructed in 1694, right after the earthquake, but it was built on top of a church that was built in year 1410. Can you believe that? I just cannot get over how old things are here. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, Harrison. Greatly appreciated. So again, this is our Church of Santa Agatha. And now we are going to go see the main gate, which is so beautiful. Okay, here is a good view for all of you. Look at this. Here's a good view of this golden limestone that we can see. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, everyone. That's so nice. Okay, so we are in the Mediterranean. So we have very hot days and just cool nights here. But I have to say, this place is very windy, so I do apologize in case it ever gets too windy. This is a sort of a windy little area, which is why I'm bringing this up. But originally, these little streets are so small. Can I show the church again, please? Oh, yes, Bridget, I can. Actually, looking at the side of it now, let me show you the front of it over here. And again, she is the patron saint of Mdina, the city itself. Love the bird song. My kitties are too. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, the light just went on. That's nice. Looks like a ghost city. When and why did the residents leave? You know, the residents are still here. There are only about 200 people here because most of these buildings have been turned into museums. A lot of them are palaces that are privately owned, but a lot of the palaces have since been sold and turned into museums. Look at that. Oh, I love that. But this city has also been known as Città Vecchia, which means old city in Italian. And there's a lot of Italian influence here as well as Arabic influence. As you can tell, we are in Mdina, which sounds a lot like Medina, which means state or city, basically, in Arabic. And we are, because we're only 60 miles south of Sicily, there's a lot of Sicilian and Italian influence here. And we're only 176 miles from Tunisia, so also a lot of Northern African influence as well. Okay, here is our old city gate, which actually is not as old as we might expect. As much as we want to say, oh yes, it's so old, it was actually built in the 1720s. So not that old. Here's the inside of the old city gate. And you can see up here we have 3 figures. Here we go. So first we have St. Publius right here, who was Malta's first bishop. And then St. Paul right here in the middle, who is the island's patron saint. And then the lady on the right here is Santa Agatha. She is the patron saint of Mdina itself. And the Latin script here, which I don't know what it says, but the Latin and then also this little coat of arms here, these were added to commemorate when the King of Sicily helped with a rebellion in 1425. So that is just to give you an idea as to how old this place is. All right, while the little families make their exit, I did want to show you. There is a significant torture museum, which I am too much of a wimp to go in, but just to give you an idea as to some of the darker sides of Mdina. All right, let's walk through the old city gate. Dun, 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 dun. So this is part of the fortified city, and it is a well-known city gate. Aja, yes, Mdina is the place where Game of Thrones was filmed. So I have not watched Game of Thrones, but if you are a Game of Thrones fan, people seem to be highly concerned that I'm talking to my phone. Very interesting. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you will recognize this old city gate. It is apparently in quite a few episodes, which I did not know. But this is a Baroque gateway, and it replaced the older one that fell with the 1693 earthquake. But it was then finally inaugurated in 1724. There we go. Doesn't look broke. So this is the new version, even though it's from 1724. The older one did get knocked down with the 1600s earthquake, which is very sad, of course. But this bridge that we're looking at here, I'm officially walking backwards. Okay, this bridge here used to be a drawbridge, and it was wooden too. Can't you just imagine all the little horse-drawn carriages walking on a drawbridge? And yes, there was a moat, and I just want to get to the good view, which happens to be right here. So good timing, y'all. These are the old city walls of Mdina. Isn't that cool? So these bastions and ramparts, This is sort of a typical walled city. We've got the moat, we've got the old stately buildings, we've got the narrow little pathways, but then the huge limestone walls. Yes, it is real grass, if anyone is wondering. These were built back in the I believe in the 15th century. They were rebuilt a number of times though. So actually let me show you a different view. But they first were built by the Byzantine Empire in the 8th century. So right when the Moors showed up. Here we go. So then it was rebuilt in the 11th century by the Arabs, then by Sicily in the 15th century. There we go. And the city has withstood a number of sieges, so it's a good thing we had these walls. And actually, before we go, let me just show you the Tower of Standard, which, it's right inside the wall. I forgot to show it to you. The Tower of Standard is, it was built on the site of a medieval tower, which was built over another older tower. So this building right here, listen to that echo. That's nice. This building right here with the sort of pushed out doorway and the really big limestone blocks. After the 1693 earthquake, this was rebuilt in 1726. So even though this is the third, I'm sorry, it's going in and out. Oh, thank you for telling me that. You know what? You're right. My reception doesn't look so great here, so I'm just going to show you the top part real fast, and then I'm going to go back out here. This is the top part. So even a building from 1726, it's still, this is a Baroque building, by the way, it still is the third remake of this building. So I realize I'm losing your reception. I just got to get through this old gate, and then I should have a little bit better reception. But yes, that was the warning tower. So when enemies were approaching, they would at nighttime they would light a fire, and I wasn't losing signal. Okay, well I'm glad it caught up, because it gives me these warnings that say they can't hear you. So at nighttime they would light a fire, and during the day there would be a big flag. All right, so let's go see our very last view. Oh, the plaque. You know, Kate, I'm not sure what the plaque says, but I can post a post about it after the tour when I find it. Good question. Okay, so I just wanted to show you one last view before I bid you farewell. First of all, you can see how big these walls are. They go all the way around. And this city, which only houses about 200 people, has 750,000 visitors every year. If that gives you any idea how popular this is with the tourists. And this view is one of the reasons why. People love this view, as do I, of course. But this bridge is one of the most well-known parts about Mdina, which is why people are constantly coming to see it. There are quite a few olive trees around here. The cost to stay here within the city walls, I would say you're probably looking at between $150 to $200 a night. But if you stay in Valletta, it's probably closer to $75 to $100. It is this part of the city, the if you're outside the city walls, it's not very expensive at all. So if you are looking to come and stay in Mdina, I would look into staying in Rabat, which is literally the city that we are standing. I'm like straddling the city of Mdina and Rabat. So over here is Rabat. Literally, this park is Rabat. If that gives you an idea. All right. So, thank you all so much for coming to my last tour in Malta. So happy to have you here today. There we go. Okay, now I look cute. So happy to have you here today. This will be my last tour in Malta. Oops, 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 this way. This will be my last tour in Malta, which is very sad, of course. But next week, so a week from Saturday, so I guess in a couple days, I am headed to Cordoba. So we'll see the old town of Cordoba, which is really beautiful in Spain. And then the day after that, so this coming Sunday. Oh, thank you all so much for your tips. Oh my goodness. It must be the glasses, I swear. So this coming Sunday, we are also headed to the Patio Flower Festival, which is going to be really beautiful. I keep blabbing about this event because I am so looking forward to this. It's basically where all of the town of Cordoba has a competition, and they open their patio doors and they basically try to have the most exciting and beautiful competition for their there we go, for their patio. So we are going to explore that on Saturday and Sunday. And then a week from Sunday, I am headed to the Canary Islands, where we will see Tenerife, and we're seeing two cities. We're seeing San Cristobal and Santa Cruz, which will be beautiful. I'm only staying for one night, so get ready, everyone. I leave at 6 in the morning and I get back at midnight the next day. And then in June, I am headed to northern Spain to see A Coruña and Santiago de Compostela, which is a pilgrimage site, and it ends in Santiago de Compostela at the church there, which I'm going to try and get us into. So that's going to be really beautiful also. And in the end of June, I'm headed to Cinque Terre or Cinque Terre, where we will see it sort of looks like the Amalfi Coast. It's in Italy, and also Florence and Pisa and Lucca and Genoa. So and Portofino. So keep an eye out for those tours. I haven't posted the Italian ones or the Northern Spain ones yet, but do keep an eye out for those. I try and do all of my tours at around the same time. So Ellis says, "What a summer we'll have with you." Yes, I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you all so much for coming with me to Malta and experiencing this beautiful island with me. I love seeing so many familiar faces. Thank you to whoever posted my link to my next tour and to my profile. Greatly appreciated. Do follow me if you want to know about these other tours. Once you click follow, you will get notified whenever I post something. So whenever I post cute selfies, just kidding, whenever I post information about the following tours or a follow-up to this, or maybe a cute selfie, who knows? But you'll be notified about those. And then also, for those of you who hit the tip button, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you all on Saturday as we head to Cordoba. We are going home tomorrow, which is very sad, but in Europe, the vacation never seems to end. So I look forward to bringing you all with me for that. So, and thank you I saw somebody earlier said, enjoy the rest of your pastizzi, and oh, you know I will. Can you stop talking for 1 second? Can you stop talking for 1 second to get a selfie? Yes, I can. Thank you, Tina. Okay, ready? Yay! Oh, thank you so much. And I saw somebody posted that on the Hago Facebook group too, which I thought was so cute. So thank you so much for posting those. And I got new glasses when I go home. So you all better be ready. I'm gonna look like a sparkly version of Elton John. the female version. So get ready for those two. All right. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you soon. Yes, follow me, and I look forward to seeing you. My home currently, we just moved to Valencia in Spain, so it's not too far away, thankfully. So it won't be too much of a rush. But thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Thank you all so much for your tips. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully, I'll see you on Saturday. And hi to hubby. Yes, he thought it was so much fun to see all of you the other day. He was like, that was fun. And I was like, you know, people really like you, right? Like, you're cute, you're personable. And he's like, oh, I don't know. So, anyway, we'll see if I can get him in again. But, all right. Oh, here's a sexy statue in case anyone wants to see this. Oh, my. How romantic. I think this might be one of the best parts. How cute. There's no information about it. All right. So that was fun. Okay, everyone. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, look at that shot. Okay. See you next time, everyone. Bye. Thank you.